What is going on, Sports King Vision World? You are now tuning to the sounds of the No Face Sports Show here at Sports King Vision. I am your host, Hank. We're going to talk about it today. Yes, we are. To talk about this whole week, pretty much. Bam Adebayo. And let's play that drop that we got right here. Let's play the explosion.
Boom, bam, got damn.
That's right. Bam Adebayo set a NBA scoring mark. Not necessarily a record, but he is number 2 all time in the NBA as he scored 83 points in a single game. And he's number 2 behind the great Wilt Chamberlain. And first off and foremost is the first thing that came to mind as he was accomplishing this feat throughout the night. I want to give him a congratulations. Let's give him another round of applause. Let's do it one more time. It's a great feat. And also, yeah, let's play one more drop. Let's play that again.
Boom, bam, got damn.
That's right. He went out there and bammed on him, had a great scoring night, went through a ringer, just was feeling it. He's not known to be a scorer. He can score. If you've been watching him, he has pretty good footwork, playing the post well. He can shoot it, from he has a decent mid-range, obviously pretty good mid-range, and he was getting better at the 3. But he just went off. And obviously, if you've been watching him or if you've been paying attention to him in the offseason, you knew he had more in his bag than what he does in the NBA game. And his job is to be a defender. And I think that some of the backlash we're seeing, people don't really understand where this is coming from. And more to it, we'll get to that in a minute. But let's just really celebrate. He went on a 150-129 win against the Washington Wizards, who are at the bottom of the NBA and pretty much a laughing stock. But look at those numbers: 83 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 7 3-points made. Then we look at some more marks here: 83 points, 20 of 43 from the field, and 36 of 43 from the free throw line. That is the number that everyone is really going crazy over. To get to this point, you can score a lot of field goals, you can score a lot of 3-pointers, you can also score a lot of free throws as well. That is kind of a old school method to get where you got to go, as long as the refs are going to call fouls. And I'm actually shocked that more people don't do it more. People complain about Brunson and SGA when they foul hunt, but you should be doing that to get the other team in foul trouble, get defenders out of the way, and it does open lanes for you to score more and your team. And this is a way Bam was able to put that 83 on the board. And as we look here, he surpassed Kobe Bryant. And I think that's the biggest uproar that everyone's talking about this past week. Kobe is loved by everyone, including myself. He's gone too soon. Laker great. GOAT conversation, in my opinion. A lot of people don't put him up there. He's definitely up there. I watched that man play, and I know what he sacrificed and what he did. What he did for the Lakers, brought them 5 more championships, and he was the best in the league for a long time. So he deserves to be in that conversation. And, because of the way he, passed away, I think there's a lot more lore on him, of course, him being a Laker. And for Bam to pass him, it just feels like it's too soon, right? People don't get to celebrate him the way they really want to. And that's some of the backlash this week. Then coming from somebody that's not known for scoring. He's a defender. Nobody thinks of him as, this big scoring guy. Maybe if Luka would have did it, or Jokic, Harden. No, he's older now, but Harden or Steph Curry or somebody like that would have did it. I think even Donovan Mitchell, you would look at it like, okay, these guys score a lot. And, they will probably get some backlash too, but because Bam is not known for that feat, that, skill ability, you're scoring a lot of points like that, he's getting even more backlash. And it's unfair. We should celebrate him a lot more. I definitely recognize it. and the achievement is a great achievement. When I seen it come across the screen and he had about 60 something points in the third quarter, I'm like, man, he has an opportunity to really surpass Kobe, and he did it. He did it with the help of his team, the help of his coach, of course, the help of the Washington Wizards, and of course his game overall. He just was hot that night, and those type of accomplishments happen from time to time. But just celebrate Bam. He was a top player in high school, number 10, I think, in the country, 5-star recruit, went to Kentucky, was drafted first round, 14th pick overall, landed to the Miami Heat. And a lot of people thought that he should have been drafted a little bit higher, but he went to a great organization. Bam has been to the NBA Finals twice already, and he's got to develop under some great vets, from Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslam to Jimmy Butler, who's a great player too, who built himself up into a great star player. And Bam is kind of in a light, sort of like that. Nobody seeing him become this great of a scoring feat, and I think he's going to be able to take it further now. All right, his highest scoring average right now is about 20 points a game. But again, he's a 3-time All-Star, 5-time defensive team. Now it's about getting more and more accolades over time. Being between Kobe and Wilt will put some pressure on you. That challenge I think he can accept. And this is what he said after one of the games. What do you think Kobe would think about it? He said he probably would say, do it again. And I think in this case, with him passing Kobe and being so close to Wilt, both of those guys are Hall of Famers. Both of the guys are NBA champions. And I think the latter he needs to get for sure. And if he keeps on the same trajectory that he's on with his career, I think he has a great chance to get in the Hall of Fame. Being he's been to the finals a couple of times, he'll add more defensive, teams on there, probably all NBA, hopefully. And he'll build his resume up. And in the end of the day, when the resume is done, as we just heard Shannon Sharp challenge some of his boxing critics on, then as far as the NBA, Bam with his scoring record, I think people put more respect on it, even more respect, even though they should be doing it now. But challenge-wise, I think that he should definitely go after that championship, be the face of the NBA, the Miami Heat, as far as being that guy that takes them to where they need to go. And I think that he can do that. It's going to be a tough thing, but if he can do this, that means those responsibilities as far as scoring should be amplified. And then, of course, them getting him a little bit more help so that they can get back to the finals and possibly win one. But yeah, it would be great to see him win a championship in Miami after you get on that list with some of the greatest names, some of the greatest players of all time. He keeps building his resume. I think that, winning the championship Hall of Fame, it looks even better. And some of that backlash over time will disappear because, honestly, I do think that this record probably will be close to being surpassed, if not surpassed, in the future. These 83 points that he put up on the board. There's been a lot of scoring, even just in the past few days. Luka put up 50, Kawhi put up 45. You've seen SGA pass another Wilt record of most 20-point games in a row. And I think he probably should be able to go on a nice bender on that record. But yeah, there's going to be challenges, someone to challenge his record. But there's going to, be more people that get on that list of top scoring all time. And as we look at it again, you see Wilt is on there numerous times and Dame's at number 10. But if we go further down the list, I've got it pulled up on my other screen here. There's a lot of Wilt on this record. And as a kid, when I used to go to the library, didn't have social media at that time, you went to the library, his name was on a lot of things. And just to be able to see it in my face again, he's on that top 100 list. 30, how many times did I say? 38 times he's on the top scoring performances in the NBA. So Wilt is not going nowhere when we talk about top scoring. But there's going to be some other people that surpass some of those numbers. And of course, trying to get to that 100 it's just a great feat to see for him. As you can see, mom was very proud. He had, humble beginnings, tough beginnings when he was a child, as a kid, and be able to celebrate that with his mom, tearful and joyful at the same time. Got to see his Hall of Fame. Well, she's going to be a Hall of Famer and great, probably the greatest player in the WNBA right now. AG Wilson giving him a hug and love, and just like, wow, this is amazing. They even did a press conference together. But overall, just let's celebrate this. I think the biggest reason people are going off is because of Kobe, and the disgruntled NBA fans, detractors are there that do not enjoy the newer NBA. They say there's too many threes, not enough defense, things of that nature. It's too easy to score. 83 is 83. And the way that he did it, we hearing people saying it's unethical, whatever, man. If you ever played the game, everybody kind of stats, pat stats, stat pads in some way. And if you try to score and you're looking at the printout, like where's my name, how much I score, how many assists I got, how many rebounds did I have, you're trying to stat pad. You're going out there to purposely put stats on the board, right? So when you got a feat like this, why shouldn't you go after it? And Bam, he addressed the media with that, talking about the, couch coaches and why would he go after it? He should blame the head coach for not double and triple team him earlier when he had 70 points with 9 minutes left. It's in a team, it's not his fault that he had to go to the free throw line to break the record, because a lot of those fouls were legitimate and he broke the record. And that's what I'm saying. When you got a chance to chase greatness, as he says here, you go after it. And this is a feat that will go down in the record books forever. Forever. He's going to be in there, even if somebody surpasses him. 83 will still be there. So, again, like we talked about his name not being the biggest for scoring, let's look at some other feats. The first thing that came in my mind, was Willie Burton. I remember he put up 50 ball when I was a kid. And I thought about Malachi Flynn. Recently, he did that on the Pistons. I'm a Piston fan as well. He put up 50, just random. Sadiq Bey put up 50. And shout out to Sadiq. Hopefully, he's going to, work his way back into the limelight. He's doing well down there in the Pelicans right now. But look at all those names on there, just putting up 50 points that you didn't think would do it per se, but they did do it. And he's kind of in that realm. He just went Super Saiyan on him with that 83. And it just shocked everybody. But it's a great feat. We've seen his coach come out and say, I would have taken him out with 70. And I think Pat may have, if he started forcing it too much, Pat may have. But he's also came out and defended his player like, you got to celebrate the 83. And people are just being too critical of him at this time. And it's a great accomplishment. When you got a chance to go for these things, you got to do it. And I just think there'll be more people that challenge the record over time. But right now, let's celebrate Bam and what he did. They won the game, and he put up these numbers. And again, the challenge now is just to get your team in the playoffs, and then after this, just keep on building to become a champion in the organization, in the league, building up that legacy even more. I know we just heard MMA champion, or former, UFC champion say that legacy doesn't mean much, but money means more. And there's some truth to that. But having a legacy is definitely important. And, I'm sure Bam wants to win that championship. So we've heard Kendrick Perkins on ESPN kind of put that challenge, saying, can he be the face, that guy that takes him to the promised land? Bam has skills. Obviously, one game showed it. And throughout this, last couple of years, he's been very consistent, building his way up as that number one guy after Jimmy's been traded away and the OGs retired. He's going to move into that. So now we just need to see him start, becoming that number one option that they could depend on, and he gets more help. And I think that he'll get that championship. But either way, either way, as we talk about, as I talk about this, let's play that drop.
Boom, boom, bam, got damn.
Right. Congratulations on doing it again. Congratulations on doing it again, because he is that guy, at least for this game, and he's really the guy for the organization. And let's see what the Miami Heat is going to do to help him get to further feats and further accomplishments that will be great for the organization and for himself. But that's all I got for the day. No Face Sports Show. Boom, bam. He got it, man. 83. Congratulations again. These are my thoughts on it. I think that, again, people are being negative because of Kobe, because of the way they don't like the NBA being played. And I do celebrate it. I do recognize it. I think it's something that people should celebrate. But the challenge is get that championship, get that Hall of Fame, and that just shuts up a lot of people's mouths, because as I think that more people will be getting putting on the board with 70 and maybe 80, 60, 70, maybe 80. This 83 might last for a long time. And, you know, you want to have even more accolades in between and say, hey, shut your mouth. Look at the resume. You know what I mean? But either way, like, share, subscribe, follow Sports Game Vision. We out. Peace.